Not all steam engines have lived in luxury. Across in Sussex are some working class characters that have had it rough. 100 years ago, the muscle of the Industrial Revolution was steam, often in the shape of narrow-gauge tank engines that wobbled around on temporary tracks in places like this timber yard.
It was originally used in a Leicestershire quarry, and like all these locomotives, it's got a checkered past. It came to us here at the museum as more or less a kit of rusty parts and was rebuilt over a period of 4 or 5 years with a new boiler to the condition you see it in now. They were built for a purpose. They weren't built to look particularly pretty. They were built to be strong, long-lasting, and take abuse because they were not looked after carefully. They were knocked about. You would have had a length of track with a mobile crane on it, which would lift something from some place and essentially take it somewhere else.
The crane that loaded them would have been steam-driven as well, probably fuelled by bits of wood scavenged from around the yard. These were the wheels of industry, a dancing mess of gears and pulleys, the high-tech gizmos from an age that put the great in Britain, but is now largely forgotten. There were thousands of these ugly duckling steam engines in quarries and mines and sewage farms. The driver was lucky to get a roof over his head. Engines like this can't earn their keep hauling logs nowadays, but there is one cargo that still pays its way: people. The chalk pits at Amberley are now a working museum. These visitors have come to see Britain's best collection of narrow-gauge industrial locomotives. Peter the tank engine is on passenger duty. Outlandish diesels and electrics strut their stuff alongside the steamers.
Essential for moving anything heavy that you wanted moving. Nowadays you would use a conveyor belt, you would use dump trucks, you would use large lorries, but they didn't exist at the time, and the roads to run them on didn't exist. So you had narrow gauge railways. You either set them down on a permanent basis to take slate away from a quarry, for instance, down to a harbour, or you had them as a temporary basis where you just threw the track down on the ground when you were building a roadway or something like that. Finished the contract, and then just ripped the track up again and took it somewhere else. We've got the biggest collection of narrow gauge items in one place in the country. You go from a very lightweight one, which could be listed auto trucks, or rail truck rather, which was a single-cylinder motorcycle type petrol engine driving a lightweight loco, which would have been used for carrying peat from peat, where peat cutting was done, or very lightweight stuff. One of them here was used on one of the sewage farms locally. Then you go slightly bigger to the diesel engine ones, which were used for carrying skips with stone, and right on up, depending on the work required on the particular site. So you can go from anything from a little device with a single-cylinder motorcycle engine or a small electric motor, right up to Peldon, the Fowler locomotive, which was about the heaviest you would get, weighing in about 7.5, 8 tons, which would be pulling a long train of rock in skips, just depending on totally on the work which was the contract required.
The steam engines were the first to go, much too labour-intensive, however well built they were, to be replaced by a generation of ugly bugs and boxes, green things on wheels that would start at the touch of a button. But they're the laughing stock of locomotion, particularly among the children who come to the museum. It's the steam engines they really want to see, for steam is loved by both young and old.
Look at it. Isn't it charming? You've got to love that thing, haven't you? It's got a life of its own. It doesn't need a funny face painted on the front. It's got it itself. I mean, surely it's everybody's idea of a little steam locomotive, the long chimney, the dome, the cab. That's got everything, that locomotive.
Well, not quite everything. Steam couldn't compete with road transport. Trains can't take you to the street where you live. And trains can't deliver goods to your door. And you can't buy a train of your very own for £125. And so we ended up with public transport that looked like this trammo car. And off we went in search of progress, leaving all those little steam engines behind.